let me ask you this question. I would like to ask the AG to propose legislation for what we call small claims court. There are lots of poor people, to an example you just gave, that they have issues with others and sometimes with large firms, but the lawyer fee is greater than the fee you're claiming.
It is their
right.
Yes. The right that someone has. All our rights exist in context.
What's the context for second medical opinion?
Because you're disrespecting the process.
No.
Jesus, this is common sense, man.
Any situation which you seem to do, you're just dealing with Afro-Guyanese issues. If one, you can't bring and pull the leaders of the African community together, you're failing. And if two, you can't put forward a future, a blueprint, and a plan for African Guyanese, you're failing as well.
Pleasant evening to you. This is the Freddie Kissoon Show with co-host Leonard. We have our guest this evening, budget debate between the former mayor of Georgetown Ubraj Narine and City Councillor Alfonso Diamos. Mr. Diamos indicated that he will be late. He should be anytime here. When he comes, he fits into the panel. Thanks for being with us. So let's move straight into the program and welcome Ubraj Narine, maybe for the 6th or the 7th time. Ubraj, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Freddie. Thanks.
What are you doing these days?
I keep myself busy as usual.
Busy doing what? Cussing out the government?
I don't cuss the government out. I put my views out there on the government policies. I don't cuss government out. The government do have their pros and cons, and where you see that you can able to view the negative force, you let the government know. When you can view the positive force, you compliment the government, which I have done many times.
I have to look hard to find out when you ever, I will ask Craig, he's younger than me, so his memory, when you ever complimented the government.
Oh, yes.
The problem with people like you, Ubraj, and hundreds of you guys, especially civil society and the private newspaper, the opposition role is, to criticize. But I find you guys do a disservice when you're a party man. But I find anti-government critics do a disservice to the nation in that they can be better accommodated and achieve changes if they would appear to be fair-minded and independent. So you lick up the government when the government do something that you find, man, is unacceptable, and so you go on that direction. And then the government may do something that is pleasing, that you can't really knock them for it. But this consistency of anti-government, I think it harms the nation's psychology, and I think the people that those civil society and opposition people speak to, they harm their cause also, because they blank out the government, and the government is unable to reach some compromise with them.
That's you see, Freddie, in that context there, what you've make mention of, democracy, any government must welcome constructive criticism or criticism from the public domain. And you, your good self, sir, used to hammer the then 23 years of government, and you set a pace also for those things that you are implying here this evening. So when you talk about pattern, I'm a student of yours. So in this capacity, it is there online. You can Google it. You can find you where you used to hammer the government for 23 years constantly, and now you have others doing it. It's a different situation. But criticism in a democracy is a must. When you see something, you must speak of it, whether verbally or in the form of a writing to the editor or an editorial or a column or something. So it's a pattern you your good self set.
No, I didn't set whatever pattern. Just a minute, Craig. Whatever pattern you're talking about is a pattern in your mind. I set out on a mode of criticism of power, authority, and influence in society. The government alone doesn't have power. The business community, the media. The difference between you and mine, and the difference is billions of miles, is you stay on this very program, you talk about you set the pattern. I didn't set any pattern. I saw the 2020 election being rigged by people that I had supported before 2020, and they went and tried to deny me and hundreds of thousands of people the right to vote on this program. And we can put you on the hot seat now. On this program, the Freddie Kissoon show, when we brought up the rigged elections of 2020, you said you don't know nothing about that. Let's see what you're made of. The 2020 election was not rigged.
I said I did say that I'm not aware of that.
You see?
I am not there.
And you telling me I set pattern?
Yeah, you
the
said
pattern I set.
of power.
The pattern I set.
That you said.
But guess what? The pattern I set includes criticizing people like you. That's the pattern. Hypocrites that see the lack of democracy.
And the same thing I am doing as well.
You can't be doing the same thing like me.
In that form,
I never support rigged elections.
I never support rigged election either.
And you seen a rigged. So all the things
you see, you should go tell the court that I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I don't know anything about rigged election.
And you telling me I set a pattern for you? Yeah. Whatever pattern I set, it's in your mind. I didn't set any. No. Please,
hemorrhage,
no. I am hemorrhaging people like you.
And so on.
Right, and guess who the hemorrhaging include? Hypocrites like you.
But you hemorrhage the hypocrite.
You're calling yourself
for 23 years. The PPP,
and now I turn and see
the PPP.
And now I turn and see
to the PPP.
Could you hear? Right.
To
right.
the PPP.
When you finish.
You hammered and criticized and hammered the
and
PPP.
Guess what?
And today you're a part and parcel
and guess what I'm
of
part,
them.
Guess what I'm part and I don't want to be part and parcel with you because you're anti-democratic. You participate in rigged elections and then you say I don't know. I'm glad I'm with the PPP. I'm glad I'm with the PPP and not people like you.
Anti-democratic mean that you have a commission.
You're anti-democratic.
Anti-democratic.
You're anti-constitutional. You're anti-people. You, Ubraj Narine, and you support rigged elections. So listen, I don't want nothing to do with people like you. Yes, I support the PPP, and I'm unapologetic about it. Craig.
Mayor Narine. There's vending occurring all over Georgetown, and the general accepted theory is that most of them are ordinary poor people and they gotta live. But there are some historically known vending areas, but outside of that, people are setting up almost every day new structures and vending at will, and people got to take the city council to court to enforce their own work that they're supposed to do naturally. They're waiting for a court order to enforce it. Like recently, Yip's Bakery had to do that. Do you know of any structured plan for vendors? Have you, when you were mayor, designed anything? And why does the city council behave that way? Can you give us some insight?
Thanks, Leonard, for that question. Yes, there in my tenure there is a vending policy. I believe it's over 50 pages, and it have an appendix to that policy to deal with caravans and other movable food cart in the city. However, there is a streeting bylaw, or the street selling bylaw, which is in 2801 and which is not being used in the right manner by City Hall, and it was enforced in a period of in my tenure, but I don't know what is happening at this point of time. But when you come to that people or business people have to move to the court to get a court order to remove vendors, if you have the policy there and if the current mayor and city council body look at that policy, they can able to make amendments and they can bring some kind of order in the city, having the vendors there but in an orderly manner. Now you question the authority of the removal of encumbrance and all these things. Yes, that fall solely with the city engineer, and I have no confidence in the city engineer. Since I was there, a no confidence motion was moved, was passed, was debated, and that no confidence motion is in the seat of the local government commission, which this government hadn't appointed over 2 years now. That commission is non-functionable, and when we want to speak on democracy and democratic principle of this country, that commission is not functioning currently over 2 years.
That's the only undemocratic thing you're
And
seeing?
no, the Lands and Survey Commission
you
and
don't
all
see
these
rig
things.
elections?
And you stick on the rig election, man. I ain't got time to
I must stick on it because it exposes you.
You stick on the So coming back to you, Leonard, and the question that you pose is that yes, there is a vending policy, and that should be looked at by the mayor and city council. Currently, I think they should pay attention to it.
Yeah, how do you respond to the new vendor? You could all over town. You pass today, there's no vending. You pass tomorrow, somebody bring out something.
Well, you see, Leonard, that this country, you want to speak on budget. I was called here to speak on budget, but
We'll come to
Yeah,
that.
we
We'll
come into that.
Freddie
This is
got-
part of the
Freddie
budget.
got to a next
This is part of
topic.
the budget
So
because
now
you know
come into
there's a
that.
Georgetown
I
renewal.
will now
We
hint
come to
on
the
that.
budget.
So when you talk about people coming out and vend and all these things, there is need to help those vendors. You cannot look at them in a discriminating manner or discrimination in any way. Vendors, that sometimes is the only way to get food on the table. That is their bread and butter. And if government and the city don't collaborate and put system in place, this will continue in our city, right? Those people who are vendors, the poorer class of people of this country. And if you don't put certain things in place for them, right, they will continue to vend. And that is our issue. We can't see vend and discriminate them. We have to see them that they're in need of help. They're in need of guidance. They're in need of resources to make their livelihood better. And that is what is not the focus. We are focusing on removing vendors to bulldoze them. No, we should not lead to that road.
We come to the budget now, but before we come to the budget, I am theoretically at a practical level not against vending. I belong to a class that years ago would be below the vending class. So there are poor people. I understand there must be some order, and you can't encroach in people's business. But vending as a social process, you can't just outright condemn it.
Right,
No,
right.
the single mother and those things. But we brought you here for the budget, so I am anticipating that you will speak good things about the budget and the things you don't like. Over to you.
The budget, Freddie, I've looked at it. The Honorable Minister of Finance and his team, I must compliment them to put together the largest budget in our country. The budget, for me, the good part of the budget, it is for the infrastructure development in this country. But when you look at the holistic budget coming to it, I am not against development, I am not against investors. But when it comes to the ordinary Guyanese, there is not much there in the budget for the ordinary people of this country. And the reason why I'm saying that, those who have the capital will go after this budget, and that is the business sector, because there are huge sum of capital expenditure in that budget to deal with infrastructure work in this country. So capital expenditure, if you don't have, it is there in the budget, and if the poorer class or ordinary people does not have that capital, they can't go after the budget. You remove VAT and gold, which is a good thing for the business sector, the goldsmith and the gold dealers. But why not remove VAT from food items? That will pay us better and treat the ordinary citizens of this country in a way better way. I'm not against removing the gold from the VAT on the gold, but the food item is more important. We should remove VAT from food item and not gold alone, right? It will benefit only a few. A poor man don't go can't afford.
Which food item?
All food items in this country need to remove VAT. If you go to a restaurant, for example, I don't want to call restaurant name, but if you go to Camp Street, popular restaurant, and you buy something, right, a puri and little potato ball, VAT is there, right? VAT is there on that food. VAT should be removed from those things, right? Make it better for the ordinary people, because the ordinary people, they're paying PYE, they're paying the taxes, right? And when they go to the supermarket and they go to buy a lunch, they still has to pay 14% VAT again. That is compound VAT. You compound the taxes there, right? You remove, you give a nice handout and a layout on vehicles. This 4-door vehicle or 2-door pickup. Who will benefit? A poor man can't afford those kind of vehicle, but a man who in farming and in the gold the gold business and so on, they will afford those kind of vehicle. A poor man can't, an ordinary man can't afford a 2 pennyweight gold, right? So when we come to realistic today, in today's world, I'm speaking back in ages ago, the poor man or the ordinary people could afford the gold because it was then cheap, but not now. And these are the things I find that the ordinary Guyanese is not included in this budget.
Just to plug something quickly before I ask you the next question. You're aware that all these ingredients that goes into an ordinary pot in Guyana are VAT-free. All the agricultural products from Guyana,
yes,
peas and things from
yes,
make your
those
soup
things
and
are,
bhaji.
yes,
Right.
those things are, I understand, is VAT-free.
And it is directed at the household. It therefore means then that your typical pot that you cook is thing. Now it then becomes entertainment if you go out to eat, and it might very well be fair to, you know, I'm not saying that maybe there can't be some benefit to removing VAT on cooked food, but the orientation should not be missed. I mean, that is your own criticism of the budget, and I get that, and I understand where you're coming from, but a government must articulate its own vision and its own orientation to meet the household needs first, and then you know, the other things will follow. I just wanted to plug that as a leveling comment.
So you're saying, I agree with you to an extent, where the local products, yes, but people need milk. People need milk. Some people can't use full cream milk. They will go buy low fat milk,
Yeah,
because
but
of health condition.
Isn't that fat free?
Right?
That is
So,
fat free.
No. Those things are not VAT free. Go to the supermarket and you will see.
Milk is not bad free.
No, milk is not VAT free. Right? You go
I
and buy
think the
tin,
milk
tin,
that
tin
is bought in
Milex
bulk,
or all these things.
if there are a few
You go
brands that are where the milk come in
that was
bulk
happening,
and it is repacked in Guyana, I think that is VAT free.
If that is happening, we shouldn't have this burden, of course, of living in this country, Leonard. Let us not stifle our conscience. To go
Oh God,
to,
look who's talking about stifling conscience. Anyway, sorry.
right? Let us not stifle our conscience
Mayor.
in terms of these
Mayor,
things.
but let's
the
be
poor
real
man
before we go
cannot
on.
afford these things.
All right,
You've been to
I'm
Region 1,
interrupting you
Leonard.
too often.
You ever went
and
to
our-
Region 1 and Region
I'm
2 and Region
I'm interrupting
6
you
and so
too
on?
often.
In the rural areas?
But because our policy on the show is to interrupt as less as possible. But just allow me this one last thing on this segment. You spoke about what's the last thing you talked about? You mentioned milk and then you mentioned something else after that. Anyway, the point here is that most of these things which are directed to households, I believe is sound. I believe it's very sound. And then you reduce household income or supplement household income by reducing or removing VAT on all the essential items people need in a typical food basket, and that is simply the point I'm plugging with you.
Leonard, whether you twist it or turn it, remove VAT from food item, man. Let the people of this country feel free and live properly. If you're speaking to our healthy nation, the people must able to have access to healthy food, right? We'll have less health issue in this country. You can't preach something
and
else
your
and
way
do
of
something.
doing that is removing VAT
Right?
on fast food.
No, I'm not saying fast food. I'm not saying fast food. But remove VAT from food items, right? I never say fast food.
Yeah,
right?
but all the ingredients
Put,
in
sys- put
the food
put system in
is
place.
VAT-free.
No, man, Leonard, no.
Yeah.
All the ingredients in a pot is not VAT free. It seems that you don't go to the supermarket. You don't go to the supermarket.
What ingredients
I just tell you got
that
milk.
are main
You go to
ingredients?
buy peas. All those things has VAT on it.
Peas got
Man,
fat
you
in it.
go to the
No,
supermarket.
there's no VAT on peas.
You go to the
No,
supermarket.
no. What
There's
kind
no
of
VAT.
I will
On split peas?
I will what I
not
will do.
split peas, not
I-
black eye.
I
None of them ain't got VAT.
I will
You must just buy
love to
fancy. You must just
accompany
buy
you.
fancy beans.
No. I will love to accompany you to a supermarket. Let us go. Let us go with maybe 50,000. See if you will get your monthly ration. What you is consuming, you are consuming in your home. See if you will get that. And when wage and salary is nothing there in the budget for public servant, not for the police, not for the GDF, nothing there. Right? The threshold increased $10,000. Which from 100 and I think 120 now will be 130. $10,000?
From 130 to 140.
140, sorry, yeah. 140, right? Pensioners $5,000. Divide that 5,000 by 31 days is 160 something dollars a day. And shame? That is shameful. When you went on the podium and you campaign differently, public assistance $3,000. Divide to 3,000 by 31 days or 30 days. See what you will get. These things I'm speaking of, I am not chastising the entire budget. Like I said earlier, infrastructure work are there. We have to do infrastructure work. But the people, what will benefit from this this infrastructure is those who have the capital. Now let me say this to you. Please permit me. GRA issued notice late last year that if you get a $5 million contract from the government, that notice is there online. If you get a $5 million contract, a small contractor get $5 million contract from the government, he has to pay PAYE and taxes for the employees that he take on to clean that drain or to do a culvert. He has to comply. So automatically, yes,
No, but they would not be earning 140 a month.
he has
So
to
how they
comply,
gonna pay PAYE?
right?
Could
So,
you explain that?
so when you finish with all of this here, right? When you finish with
don't
all of
understand
that
that. I don't
there,
understand.
I can send you the notice after this program. When you finish there, right? Imagine that you have to give
understand
account
that?
of all of this thing, then, right?
No.
You understand that? If
I understand, but
How they can
it's
pay-
part of what he's saying is a little sensationalism.
How-
In that,
I'm not an economist.
if the employees are earning 130,000 and from this year 140 and below,
They can't. They won't be
you
paying
won't have to
taxes.
file thing. You simply acknowledge to GRA that I have employees and this is their this is their income, their gross income, and that is all.
No, Ubraj, you may be misunderstanding.
What
No,
GRA
I'm not
usually call
misunderstanding.
what GRA
I
usually
understand
call
fully.
a zero return in order to comply with the law.
With the law, I understand all those things fully.
Good.
Right? But are you
and
saying...
unless you earning more than that, then you have to do
So
that.
are you saying...
And,
140, right? 140 is the threshold. You get 140, you don't have to pay tax and so on.
Right.
But a man working out to 145,
yes.
that is over 140,
Yes, he pays tax on the five.
He has to pay tax.
On
he
the
has to
5,000.
declare that, right?
Yes.
So you're telling me that that poor contractor who now trying to boost his business, you know the amount of tension and stress you're putting him there. The problem is not the contractor, but there a system or a unit in government can assist him. That is the point I'm trying to make. Can assist him to go through that phase before he has to go to a private accountant or an auditor or somebody who qualified to start him up, where he have to invest more. Government should set a unit
As far as
for
I
those
know,
things.
to
help
GRA
these-
provides some amount of guidance for those things. As far
It's
as
how to, it's how
I-
to see them. It's how to see them. and
exactly.
to
That,
see them.
don't be like one gentleman who is a part and parcel of the government walking GRE and came out same day with a compliance and said, oh yes, GRE staff is doing well. I get a compliance same day. I can't walk in GRE and get a compliance same day. You know what he's doing there? That is misinformation to the public. Right? That is misinformation to the public. And he brought it and posted it up on Facebook. That is disgusting and disrespectful to the ordinary Guyanese of this country, Leonard. And a close affiliated with the government went in. How could you have done if you used a little link to get your
But is
compliance?
that true?
Yes,
Well,
he
if
went
it's
in
true,
there.
he can't sue you.
No, I wouldn't.
what-
No, I wouldn't
But
call
how
him.
will he-
He
But
know
you're
himself.
helping- you're
Don't
helping
set
his-
me up. Don't try
no,
to
but
how
he
would they
says
set
on
you up?
Facebook. He says on Facebook.
It's on Facebook.
But then he can't sue you.
You don't set me up. You don't want me
But-
set up sometimes.
No. If I set
You. I will
look,
send you. I will send you the. I will
that
print
thing
it
is on
off and send
Facebook.
it to you.
I don't know. I've never seen that. I don't know what he's talking.
Right?
if somebody put in, if I put in Facebook that I didn't like what went on with Kaicho News and so we parted company, how, and you quote and say Freddie didn't like what went on with Kaicho News, it's there. How
It's
can you
there,
sue you?
It's there.
A
I
man-
don't want to call. Don't prompt me to call people name. You don't like call people name
I
yourself.
call people name, I'm trained as a student.
You don't.
All right,
and
go
you got
on.
your disclaimer big on your television and your thing.
But
Rest
we call
yourself.
him, but we call
Rest
him.
yourself.
We call him. Anyway,
Right?
you don't want to
The,
call him my name.
the people know who I'm speaking of because it was
I
on the
don't.
street.
Could you tell me who he is?
Probably after the program.
So let me ask you this question.
He's an economist.
You talk about you all these things that you dream of, reducing these taxes, adding this amount on this public assistance and all of that. Give us an idea of how you're going to how you will pay for that.
How the government get the money to do the infrastructural work? Where they getting it from?
All right, go ahead.
No, I asking you. You ask me a question, I ask you a next question. Where they get the money to do the
Man,
infrastructure?
you know, you used to get licks in school back in the days when teachers were allowed. When teachers were allowed to use the
or me not
Twitch.
teaching you.
When
Right, you
teachers
are
were
my
allowed to
student
use
and I'm
the
not
Twitch,
your
they
student.
always used to say, "Don't answer a question with a question."
Man, Leonard,
Eh?
you're running from it now.
Eh?
Where they getting the money for? Where they get all these trillion of dollars to do this budget?
No,
Tell
I don't
us,
want
without
you
any
to
tax,
draw me
any
into a
new-
long explanation.
with no taxes.
You are the person who is supposed
So-
to be answering.
No, but tell us where they get this money to do all this large infrastructure, and maybe 3/4 of the budget is infrastructure work.
Do you know that the budget got two fundamental sections
I'm listening.
about current and capital? The
Yes.
two simplest sections, right? We ain't breaking it down to major details and all those kind of things, or nitty gritty and fine detail. The two major sections is current and capital. and current are usually recurrent. Like once you start it, you gotta sustain it year after year after year after year, and you can't go back on it.
That is a pension part you're speaking of, because you have to continue it.
Yes.
Right? I understand all of those things, Leonard.
And for example, so if you're doing a capital budget, right? Which aspect of the current budget or even the last one would you have removed in order to make sure these recurrent payments could be made? What capital item would
let
you
me be
remove?
political here.
Yeah, be
Let me
political
be
and tell me what
political
item
here.
you would
Wait
remove.
till you hear that, and wait till you-
Therefore, the entire PPP lied to the people of this country, because
Meaning
that
what?
is what they campaign on.
Saying what?
That they're gonna raise the old age pension to a huge sum, right?
No,
It
what
is
there was a specific
right?
sum.
No,
Yes, but
there
not
was a specific
5,000.
sum.
No,
Therefore,
he said
they
60.
lied.
No, he
They
said,
lied
it
to
will
people.
reach. No, you're misinformed.
you're being
No,
you're
he said,
misinformed.
You are
he
saying
said it will reach 60.
Yes.
He never
In
said
5 years,
Yeah,
it would
no,
be.
he never said 5 years.
No,
he
he
man.
said he will
the,
do
the
it.
manifesto is clear.
Right? So
the manifesto is clear.
So Leonard, let me
I-
say
I-
this.
in this
I would-
term,
I
in
would
this
like it-
term,
this-
it
I
I
will
would
go
have liked it to
50.
increase
His-
more than
his
5.
pres-
But the
his-
president didn't say
His
60.
His
He didn't
Excellency,
say 60
His
this year.
Excellency, due respect, went on a podium and said about Christmas grant, right? Never deliver, right? You
No,
see, you all been one-sided.
No.
Let
He
us
said,
think about
if you
principle.
behave yourself,
Yeah.
there may be.
What is the definition of behavior? He got
Mr. Mayor.
control
I
of
don't
all
know.
the-
I don't know.
Mr.
that.
Mayor, Mr.
I-
Mayor,
We are getting away
Mr. Mayor.
from the campaign trail,
No.
right? Politicians must not lie to the people of this country.
Ubraj.
And we have been deceitful by politicians, even in my party, right?
Ubraj.
You cannot do that,
Ubraj.
which I resigned from.
Ubraj,
You cannot lie to people in this
Ubraj,
country,
I
man.
believe-
So your
It is
party has
unfair.
been lying.
I never said that. Don't try
Oh
to.
my goodness.
Don't try.
Ubraj.
Don't,
Ubraj,
Freddie,
Ubraj.
Freddie, give me a chance.
No, I want
Give
pension.
me a-
I want only
give
pension.
me a
I
chance.
think it should increase by more than 5,000. But on a matter of facts, the president didn't say it will be 60,000. He
Right.
said it will eventually with 60,000. So
No, you can't tell people something else because you are taking the Guyanese people for granted. You are taking the Guyanese people for granted when you make such a statement. He never said 5 years, right? I went back to the clip
He
and all.
said in this term
Right.
of office,
He
boss
never
man,
said that.
And the
never said-
manifesto, the manifesto has it in black
Christmas
and white.
grant was under the bridge.
There was no
Right?
announcement of a Christmas
He
grant,
said
sir.
that behavior. What the definition
it's
of
coming now.
Guyanese?
It's coming now.
Right?
It's just a,
Leonard, let me
it's just
say
a month
this to
difference.
you.
It wasn't for Christmas, but it's
Let
coming
me
now.
say this to you with due respect, both gentlemen. We are friends long. I am on this program more than 6 and 7 and 8 times. I like this program because you get a free debate,
Yeah,
right?
And you have your free debate now. but be factual.
I am factual.
Be factual,
I am
man.
factual.
Man, don't propagate.
Right?
You're using
So-
program to propagate.
No, I am not. I am not. For example, there is no proper policy to use as yet with the free education. I am not against
you
free
mean?
education, right?
Ubraj,
Policy,
it's free
we're
education
lacking.
now.
No, you can't open something free. There is system you need to put in place. I'm not against free education.
You got gold,
The
you got free
citizen,
education.
the citizen
You're
have a
being,
right.
you're being unreasonable now.
Right to receive it. Look at what the Honorable Minister of Education did to a member of Parliament yesterday who gained a degree masters from Google. Embarrassed the young man because
No,
the man
That
spoke
is
about...
that's not an embarrassment.
Right?
man.
That is not the minister money. That is not PPP money. That is his
Yeah, but the
taxpayer money.
minister, the
Pay
minister was in
for that
place
thing.
to let the
To this
nation
degree.
know. Because how can you
So
come to
if
the
me
parliament?
apply for a gold scholarship, I will be targeted by the politician
No, but the
of this
same,
country.
but the very gentleman say that the goal is no good.
Man, I didn't. Leonard,
No, the
we have to
very
be
gentleman
practical.
You
said
got the
goal is no
context.
good.
We have
Man,
to,
you see,
come on,
Ubraj,
man.
we have to be
Ubraj,
practical.
There's a
come on.
con-
You
yeah,
got
it's
to
a context.
contextualize,
It's a
man.
No,
context.
Ubraj,
And
you, have to,
look,
you see,
can't
when we
be-
started, I tell you,
Look.
say what is good and say what is bad.
Look,
It's all
let
you
me say
running down
this.
the budget and then
Let-
run down the government.
Let me say this, Leonard, with due respect. the budget is not for the ordinary people of this country. The people who has the money will capitalize on this budget. All those things what the minister make mention, and you will see, you hear the cry out there, I want you to go to Region 1, man, up this morning and receive a call from Region 1, the lady that died didn't receive your pension book from Minister Vindhya. I wrote the minister as well, while Natasha Singh Lewis MP wrote the minister.
Let me see it.
Right? I can send this document
No,
to you,
I just
man.
want to see it
I
on your
don't have
phone.
it. I did post it up. I will get it to you. Right? And that lady died and never get her pension book to date. Oh, buddy, today, tomorrow, I call the ministry. I am going to the ministry, appealing to the girl at the minister desk. Look, this is a letter I wrote. I bring back a copy. Ensure the lady gets your pension book. You're not asking nothing. You don't want nothing. You just want the lady to. The lady died 29th of December 2025. Yet to receive her pension book. And she's a pensioner, but you know they got this year thing. She didn't receive hers. Fighting she life to get that little money. And you know what? She was handicapped. Right? She had a stroke. I went and get a wheelchair for her. Right? And she's from Region 1. Go to those places, man. You will see poverty. People talk about, we know about Georgetown. We know about Region 3. Oh, yes, development. Go to them interior place. You will see what is happening to our people in there. And the guy who debated, I must compliment him on behalf of the Win Party. He debated the Marinian guy. I can't
That's your former party. Your former party.
The Win Party he represent.
Your former party.
I can't remember his name. The indigenous guy. He did well because you know what? He spoke about the realistic thing that is happening in the interior with the Amerindian indigenous people and indigenous girls and boys. Realistic things. I've been there. I went to Moruca. I went to Region 1.
Realistic things.
Right?
It wasn't realistic when they tried to win the election in 2020.
I'm talking about election, Freddie. Don't try to get me on that direction. We're speaking on the budget and we stick on the budget. Whether who rig and who not rig, that is in before the court. Where the court decide that.
Mr. Mayor, do you realize that you're just shooting scattershot? I am not shooting scattershot. You're just picking up sound bites and you're just throwing them out there because you probably
we having
think
a conversation.
But your conversation is loaded with sound bites. I thought that you got a particular area of the budget that you want analyzed to show here. If we remove this, if we put this in, if we do this, we can shift this around. If we think people can get more out of it, if we squeeze this a little more, something that people could act on.
Listen,
people can't act on rhetoric,
you know what will benefit these people of this country? Bring down PAYE more, right? Reduce it more. The public servants.
You mean increase the threshold?
Yeah. You increase
or
it
you
more.
mean bring down the
PAYE.
percentage?
Let me talk about pay as you earn. That percentage need to come down more, man. Right? If you bring down that more, it will help the ordinary people of this country. Now, here why I make mention of that. When you give a 5 or 7% increase, it automatically PAYE calculation, it gone back to government.
Alright, right? Here it is. Do you understand when people talk about the share of non-oil revenue in the entire budget? And non-oil revenue is funded by taxation from the other sectors other than oil. Now, if everything that we do has to involve reduction in taxes, do you realize by increasing the threshold is effectively a reduction in tax?
I will be politically again.
Hold on.
Yeah, listen.
And like removing that tax on gasoline, like do you know if you have children, you'll get $10,000 per child under a certain age, increasing your threshold. So if you don't have children, your threshold is 140. If you get, let's say, 3 children, you get $10,000 more per child on your threshold. Your threshold then will be 40 and 30, 170 for a month. And all of those things will be reducing taxation. So when you keep reducing tax all over and all around, how are you funding the non-oil section of the budget. You dip everything out of the oil revenue and fund it. That's what you're
I'm
saying?
not saying that. Before you had gone to reduce the Demerara Harbor Bridge and all these kind of other things, what you want to reduce money from, you should have known that before you have done that. Is right? Look, there's apple and oranges, which you make mention of.
Banana and oranges.
Right.
Apple is foreign.
So let me deal with banana and oranges. So when you move to that pace there, Leonard, when you try to remove certain income what this country is gaining, right? And now you are squeezing the ordinary people now in this form because you don't want to use the oil funding to do certain thing in the capital part of the budget, but yet you're removing all this kind of thing. So who benefit from it? We still benefit from it because you know what? You're reducing what is belongs to us. But let me be politically here now.
Yeah, waiting to hear that.
Right? If you are make mention of that, therefore the government, the PPP government should really have consultation with the Minister of I believe Commerce, Susan Rodriguez, Minister Susan Rodriguez, and let me start sell chocolate phone and sweetie. We will get rich. We will own mansions.
You're making
and
jokes.
no, I'm not
Be careful,
making
please.
mention.
All
Right,
right.
that
Careful,
is
please.
there publicly.
You see
Right,
how you're
that is there publicly.
But you see what I talk on this program. You see how you call Rodriguez's name,
But that is
and
there
you can follow the
publicly.
content. But you said the man that thing with the GRA was public. He got it on his Facebook. But you pick on Rodriguez, but you can't call the man name who show the what do you think name that the document the man
Yeah. Just like how we said the PNC lie, and when I back you up, he said no, he never said that.
You know,
But when you go back and look at
this thing.
go back and look at your program tonight, and you're gonna see that you said that the PNC did this lie.
I never said
but
the
anyway,
PNC lie.
no, you say your party
Yeah.
this lie. Well, maybe you're not in the PNC
But
anymore.
you call him.
Or you with Win? You with Win?
No, I'm
you're
having
calling,
no
you're
political
calling Rodriguez's name about 2 cent chocolate. But you say a man up on Facebook saying, I going to GRA and get, what the document you got to get?
Compliance.
Look, I get it in minutes. But you don't say, look, Hemraj Singh show a thing.
You call
but you pick, I don't know who's a...
She's a
but you-
public figure. And you must call her name.
So,
it is
no,
there
no,
publicly.
no, you become a public figure when you make public statements.
Right? You
All
If a man make a public statement, become a public figure.
One other thing I need to plug though, that the honorable mayor said in part of his presentation, and that is that there was no increase for any of the public servants, and that will not be accurate. I think there is already a multi-year agreement that spells out how many years and how much percentage.
Between the
Yes,
teachers union and
teaching and the public service union, and so that is all built in the budget. Also,
you texting Mr. Abinad.
also the part of the budget.
I'm looking for it for show you.
all right.
What?
The same thing with the compliance. Now listen to
The
Leonard.
other thing is,
See, you got it on your phone.
Freddie,
Yeah.
the part of the budget,
I have to go. I have a meeting at 1.
yeah, the part of the budget that speaks to.
We only got 10 minutes more. How
The
much
part
minutes
of-
more we got, operator? Oh, we only got Yeah.
Yeah,
Continue,
the
you
part
can
of the
stay.
budget that speaks to wages and salaries is built into a different system, and it's not usually part of the
Leonard,
estimate.
let me stop you there.
So that whether
It's not
there is a
building no
budget,
system, there's no way.
whether there is a
there's
budget
no
or
way.
not,
There's no way.
public no, we
there's
do not
no
have
way.
the law.
There is no way on the DPI or NCN has what you are seeing there. No way.
No,
No,
man.
no, they don't have it.
No.
Right?
Anyway, we
you
do not
can't
have
say
a system
something.
like the US. Hold on. In the US, right? If they do not pass these things specifically in the budget, you have what you call a government shutdown, and even employees cannot be paid. Guyana does not have that system. So even if there is no budget for some reason, public servants' pay would be guaranteed. And so you don't bill it into part of the estimate like that.
It will guarantee currently there is no announcement like they did before.
No, an announcement, there is a
And
multi-year deal,
That
sir.
what you say. You say so.
No, it
right?
is
But
in
it's
black
not
and
there.
white.
Ashley Singh didn't say that
It is
in
in
his budget.
black and white.
Right? He didn't say that in his budget.
No, but in his
But there is
presentation, he
nothing for-
explained what
There is
I'm
nothing for the
explaining.
police. There's
No,
nothing
man.
for the
No.
But
the-
you won't put
the
salary
DDF,
increases in the
you
budget.
don't-
That's
not-
based on
besides
negotiation
salary,
with the unions and the,
there is nothing for the public servants in this country.
it doesn't work like that
That
in
is
the budget.
that is not
There is
factual,
nothing
sir.
in this
That is not
budget for
factual,
public
sir.
servants.
You gotta get your facts.
Right?
You gotta get your facts.
What you're saying there is not knowing the public media, right?
Yes,
it's
it
controlled
is.
by the government. It is not there.
It is in the public
No, it's
media
not
that a
there.
multi-year deal was
Right?
signed with both
That
the
must
teaching service union and the
then-
public service union.
But I'm saying now, right?
And
There's nothing.
it goes.
We speaking on budget. Leonard, don't get away from this
All right,
topic.
all right, all
You
right.
you just want to shield your government.
I am no.
You
I am
want to
done.
shield
I'm
your
done.
government.
I'm done.
Right?
I'm done.
But why can't he justifyingly using academic language and analysis?
You just now talk about
Why
facts.
cannot?
No, I
why
know what
cannot
I'm
shield
saying
his
is
government?
factual.
You just now
Why
talk
you
about
cannot
facts.
shield
I
his
know what
government,
I'm
right?
saying is factual that
It's
the
not-
wage
It's not
increase,
factual.
wage increases were already
us know how much-
negotiated
I am
multi-year, and I
canvassing
think this
for
year
the
is
public
9%.
service get 25% this year increase. Why not? Give them. They deserve it, right? They deserve it. Let they have a life,
How you funding it, sir?
right? I just tell you that you know.
Mhm.
I just explain.
You're
some-
funding it by stopping,
Right.
by
Explain
stopping
to
No,
some
you
of the road
explain.
works.
When he asks you how you
I-
fund it, you
I-
say how you get money for
No, no,
infrastructure.
no,
That is how you answered it.
No,
How they get money for
I know,
structure?
Freddie, you're not listening. No. You just want to relive your big voice. I explained the capital part of the budget, which Leonard did not respond, and I left it to rest. When you want to take off the income revenue, what is supporting the capital budget, therefore you're squeezing the ordinary man, right? And there's a lot of places in the system where government put a halt on certain revenue, right? They find getting this money from the NRF to fund projects and all these things. Those things has to be looked at. You're squeezing the ordinary man. Right? Go to the village, go to the rural areas, man. Listen to those people. Don't pay
Song bites.
people.
You realize
don't
it?
pay people.
You realize your criticism
But
is filled with song bites,
I
right?
want-
There is not a song bite, it's factual, but you have to make mention of song bite because it's a reality I'm speaking of. Because the people out there know what they're facing out there. You go and interact with the people. When last you talk to people on the road?
Oh, all the time.
Right.
Unlike you, I'm in the market.
Right.
So no.
So
when it comes
when-
to them, I'm a man of the people.
Go and talk to them. You'll
I
hear what they
don't
will say.
see you in the market.
Yesterday,
anymore.
a bundle board like this is at $1,200.
No.
Right.
I bought Boa last week. No.
Right. Go to Border Market. Go to Stabrook.
Do not tell me
Right.
about Border Market. All those vendors
go
know me.
to the
bundle
market.
it's $1,200.
I will leave here now and I will post it up on Facebook.
No. Here
I will go.
No, here what you going to do.
Right.
Here what you going to do for us. We going to leave here with the operators. Let me get the bundle thing for 1,200. We go
I
to
told
leave-
you I got to meet not one.
Yeah. We
right?
going to leave. We got 5 minutes more, so you could spare the 5 minutes more, and you could open your big mouth.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. We could go. How much bundles? 12. I bought Boa day before yesterday.
Let us- Freddie, you have to
But-
understand the
Man.
price fluctuate, right? It fluctuates.
You gotta do better than that,
Right.
Ubraj.
Look, the
Mayor
people know the
Narine.
truth. The people know the
Mayor
truth.
Narine, I want you to name one country on earth.
The people
Hold
know
on,
the,
Fred.
the budget don't have anything for them.
Mayor Narine,
Oh,
I
you
want you
speak
to
for that.
name one country on earth that has not experienced a rise in food prices that never went down since
Leonard,
COVID.
my fitting
one
question-
country on earth.
Let me
no,
tell-
no.
Let me
Hold
fit
on,
in
because
question
you're
to
blaming.
you. My
you're
fitting
blaming
answer to you. I live in Guyana,
Guyanese.
and the government of Guyana must provide for the people of this country.
But name
right?
one country
I
on
live
earth.
in Guyana.
You want the Guyana
I
government
live
to
in
work
Guyana.
magic that no
I
other
don't live in
government on
any
earth
other
can work?
country. I live in Guyana.
Man,
I can speak
come on, man.
on the
Come on,
citizen
man.
behalf here, right?
You
Come
must
on,
speak
man.
on the
Right?
citizen behalf.
You go.
You speaking on
right?
behalf of the citizens?
I don't have to take you to Trinidad, Fiji, and so on. I live there. I live here. I deal with Guyana currency.
You see what I'm talking
I am not
about? The
dealing
song
with
bites.
US
Guyana currency
or
in and
anything.
of itself is not
Right?
even independent.
So I am dealing with that currency.
Do you understand
So-
how international currency movement work? That
Look, you
if
go- you
there
get-
if
you-
there are certain pressures in the US, it's gonna filter down on Guyana and
go
so
into
on.
a different topic now, right? We speak on something here, right? You tell me if you talk about somebody who live in Trinidad or some other
No,
country.
the
I
point
live
I
in
am
Guyana,
making-
and I'm speaking about Guyana.
Do you know that the government subsidize fertilizer that goes into most of the crops to get nice healthy crops?
Look, let me don't go to
And-
those things. Those things
and
will take
if-
more lengthy time
and if-
because those things,
No, those things
are
help
highly
to cushion-
corrupted.
Those things
Those
help to
things are
cushion
highly
food
corrupted.
prices.
Those things are highly corrupted.
Man,
Highly corrupted,
Explain, please.
right?
Explain.
No, if we get in that, it will be more lengthy and I will have
No,
time.
no, you're
I happy to explain it.
song bites for
Right?
Freddie.
It's not song bites.
Take 5 minutes
Right?
and explain it. I
Let-
want to hear
don't-
that.
Give
No,
the people
You
in the
sure you're
sub-
using time to run away from
Look,
this, from being
No,
cornered?
I have a meeting.
You sure you're
at
being,
one.
you sure you're
Look,
trying to run away? You sure you're
Leonard,
trying to run away? And putting it to you that you're trying to run away.
subsidize fertilizer is not nothing big for the farmers. Help the farmers them 3/4, give them concession, man. Right? That is not happening.
What concessions
You-
the farmer need?
Farmer need concession.
Like?
Help them. You got a rice farmer. You know the amount of money they have to pay to plow a rice field,
And rice
to cut
farmers
rice,
did not get
and all these
subsidy.
things.
Rice farmers got
Fertilizer you're
more than
speaking
one.
of.
They got fertilizer and they got more
Put a
than one
system-
direct subsidies.
Put a system in place so
For example,
fairly treatment.
another aspect is as you raise rice,
Right.
rice farmers only the other day got $300 from the
And who-
government for every
and
bag
who
of paddy
who not got
that they
rice field
produce.
get the check too, right? You know that?
Man, you coming with another, you see
Um,
song bites
when you-
again.
song
Before
Where's
you-
the proof?
Freddie, I have to go.
No, but something I want to
got,
ask you before you go, because you made a statement that is disgraceful, and no political party has, no politician in any political party is made except you, and you don't do those things in a world of sovereign nations and in a world where big power bully people. I haven't seen anybody from the PPP, the WPA, the AFC, the PNC justified kidnapping the president of a sovereign country and putting him in a jail, a superpower kidnap. And you justify that. I mean, Maduro is an enemy of Guyana and we're glad that he's not there. But no one will go to that length, and they haven't. You're the only one that says, I'm glad the Americans kidnapped him. And
I never say glad. I
when it's glad
an
or not,
article
you
on
say
it.
you supported.
Yes.
But how can,
Right.
in a world of sovereign
Look,
nations,
whether you twist it or turn it,
no, but I ain't twisting and turning.
When you twist
your
it
own
and turn
party,
it,
the PNC.
I am not
represent-
no longer with the PNC.
Oh, you know no.
Right?
Oh yes, you resigned from the
good,
PNC.
good. So don't bring the PNC.
Yes, you resigned from the PNC.
here. Right? I made a statement and I stand by it. I stand by it. I did
Kidnapping a president of a sovereign country.
I never said kidnapping the way you put it over.
So
My
what they did
article
with him
is
to kidnap
online
him?
and it is
So
there.
they didn't kidnap him?
Right? It is there. If you had a proper CARICOM, those things shouldn't happen in the Caribbean.
Which,
Right.
how the CARICOM could stop a superpower?
Look, let me do, that is the next topic you bring in here, which will take a lengthy time. But I am happy that I will have an opportunity to talk about that and migration in this country, right? Because I am telling you, and I'm closing with this, Guyanese, years to come, will be a minority population in this country.
No, don't go. Don't
I
go
am
that
telling
way.
you that.
Um,
All the lawlessness that is happening because you got
can end that
no,
program on a xenophobic note.
I am telling you got
You can end this program on a xenophobic note.
Listen to
man.
me. You have
So you
have
against people coming
citizens.
into live?
I said I don't have
Craig,
nobody
Craig.
against nothing here, right?
What-
System need to put in place. System and the laws that we have, we need to tighten it. Welcome investors, welcome different citizens and nationals in this country. But our laws and policy are not fit and proper at this point of time. I will use Granger phrase,
Well,
right? We need to tighten it. We need to tighten our laws and policy to deal with immigration in this
What
country.
you mean by that?
You can go to Trinidad and buy land directly. I'm asking you a question.
I don't know the land
Good.
policy.
Leonard
He's
asked me just now
he's an
about the next
economist.
country. You don't
He's an
know. But
economist.
let me tell you, you as a Guyanese, you can't turn up and go and buy a property like that in Trinidad. You have to get a lot of requirements. But you have people coming to this country and able to buy land immediately.
But they haven't met the requirements. They haven't met our requirements.
We need to tighten that requirement, sir. Go and read it. I leave it that I have to go.
Are you saying there aren't Guyanese that have gone over in Trinidad
You see,
and buy properties?
you are missing my point. You are missing my point.
Could you please tell me what
my
the point is?
point
Hold on.
is
Don't run away. Don't run away.
That my point is that a man cannot go. You or me can't go to
And buy
Trinidad
property in
right
Trinidad?
away. Right away.
Oh, you
and
put it
buy
right away now?
Right away. I know I said that before.
Right
and buy
away.
property. People come in here and able to acquire things immediately. Right? Those things need to look at.
And then go through the requirements.
Those
Ubraj?
things need to look at. I am keep telling you this. Our
Then
laws
go-
and policy need to look at. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know. But if you get hold of those things, ask the government on those policies and the laws. Let me finish there, Freddie. I have to run.
Right. Let me close.
But
out.
it's a pleasure being with both of you guys. I always enjoy this program, and
But you know, you said a
I-
lot of untruthful things.
there is nothing on
and you-
truth. You said on truth, me said on truth, Leonard said on truth. We talk factual things here today. So let
And
us
it's
let,
not factual
let,
that
us
they-
let us
that
not
your party-
let me not touch you
it's not-
before you say me assault you.
Is that factual that your
So-
party tried
so-
to rig? Your former party
So-
tried to rig the 2020.
Um,
How come you don't know
listen,
about that?
You should ask one of the Kwame Mackay who throw feces on you at border. I close with that. Have
But
a
let me-
good night and a blessed night and all the best to my Guyanese people. And please, the budget is not for you, the people of this country, the ordinary people. It is for the people. It is for the people who have the capital. Business people, the elite of the PPP. Nothing for the ordinary Guyanese.
You were watching an interview with the former mayor of Georgetown Ubraj Narine and his thoughts on the budget.
Pardon me, that was an argument. That was no interview.
Well, it either was an interview, a discussion,
the man is
an
very
exchange.
argumentative.
But, well, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Likewise,
I
Leonard.
set the song bites, man.
Likewise, Leonard.
Close out
Leonard,
Freddie, but this song bite, no.
Leonard want to
We
shield the
can't call
government.
this no interview.
Leonard want to come with nothing factual on this show.
And you came with things factual?
Yes, I able to point out certain things to Leonard. Leonard, this is Leonard
that
shielding
man
the
point out
government.
nothing.
Leonard, let us close the program.
But
Freddie,
wait a minute.
Freddie,
Let us
close
close
off
it.
the program,
Let
but
us close the
just
program.
don't call it an interview.
Right,
When a man could come with all
Let
of this fraud,
Factual. It's
all of
factual.
this fraud,
It's not
you can
fraud,
call
it's
it an
factual,
interview?
Factual, Leonard.
And
Why don't you question the minister who sell chocolate and sweetie and phone? Forget that 500 million mansion in the United States.
Watch
No,
your deal.
I don't have the watch. It is there.
No, watch your deal. Watch your deal.
So question those things. Those things are far from Leonard. Close it through, Freddie. Let us. Thank you very much, viewers. It's nice being here with these two gentlemen. I always enjoy them.
I've never been lost for words. I don't want to be lost for words. Leonard Craig said it wasn't an interview. It was an interview. Ubraj Narine was our guest, but the two co-hosts could not allow Ubraj Narine to go on his propaganda, which he does.
No propaganda.
See, that's the point. It's not propaganda.
There's no
You are-
misinformation.
It's not.
No disinformation. It is factual.
It's not disinformation. It's factual. It's not propagandistic. But this young man here is being. So you're saying he's being propagandistic?
My Guyanese brothers and sisters, I love you all. May God bless you.
Thanks for being with us. We will see you in our next session.